But I've got loads of mates who I wish I fancied. that sounds wrong.
No, you're good, babe. Listen, don't let them forget these losers. You're very good.
Party.
Because girls is players too.
Because girls is players too. Hello and welcome to the Therapy Crouch with me, Abby Clancy.
Me, Peter Crouch.
We're back for another week. Another week of fun and brilliance.
See you dressed as Erling Haaland today.
From one icon to another.
Yeah. Straight out of bed look.
Is this kind of like, is this all the rage now, the pyjama look?
This is my friend's brand.
Yeah.
And
I like it. It looks cool.
But it doesn't help that it's 91 million degrees in here.
Yeah. But no, you look good. Is this fashionable, is it now?
It says you in the fucking teenagers
Gucci, yeah.
Gucci shorts.
It's Gucci, darling.
It is, it's just like it's cool loungewear.
No, I like
Can I
it.
go out with my nice little... My collection of Adidas trainers is coming on so good now.
Yeah.
Little road man, aren't you?
Is this kind of midlife crisis, a female midlife crisis? Because men get a lot of grief for midlife crisis. Are you gone for the Adidas trainers vibe?
Well, I just thought they were like practical, but still...
Cool as fuck. That's you all over, isn't it, babe?
So our John's dog's at a Solomon's.
R.I.P.
No, what a shame.
R.I.P.
I bought you a pair of slip-on Solomon's, John. Red.
Oh, sounds nice.
Mm.
Have you got a heel on them or not?
A heel?
Is it like a trainee or what?
No, it's backless. It's a little backless number.
They're not going to be much use for them hiking up a mountain, are they?
Well, I was going to go for the hike and boot option.
They're not backless. What is that?
Backless, like a kind of croc, a Solomon croc.
God, they sound awful.
I bought myself. I bought myself a pair of Ons for the gym.
Ons are sound, to be fair.
Because
What's wrong with them?
I got my Ons out and Sophia went lame, and I was like, "What?"
She hasn't got a clue.
I know.
She's not a clue, babe.
Stupid bitch.
Because she weren't brought up on the main streams of Crocky.
Yeah.
They're good. I got the dog walking ones. I like that. Like
Do you know
all
what?
weather.
When I was on the bike today in the gym, I felt like I was on a cloud bike. My feet
What
were
with
just-
the cushion in the trainer?
Yeah, the cushion was great,
Mm.
which is perfect for me. My bunions.
Funyuns.
So how's your week been, honey bun?
It's been good. I've been quite kind of relaxed this week. And I know you've been kind of like hell for leather working, haven't you? But I've been kind of in the house, taking the kids to school, walking the dog, played a bit of golf.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed my week.
So are you enjoying the kind of house husband vibes?
Yeah, because the kids are back at school now. It's like...
I'm made
not
up.
like-
Home alone.
Yeah.
quite a lovely thing. Yeah, a bit of me time. After a long summer, it's like it's what you need, isn't it?
Mm.
And I think that's what I've done, and I feel guilty because you're out
How do you feel about me, not being available for you?
going out to earn the peas.
Oh my God, Top Boy started. Pete,
All over it.
we are going to bed early tonight, brother.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. In all
Oh
honesty.
God, when Top Boy ended, we were like, what on earth are we going to do? Where's
never
all our
watched
mates gone? We were fully immersed in Top Boy, weren't we, Pete?
We were all over it. Yeah, so looking forward to that.
Oh, I'm delighted that's back on. Yes. Sorry, that just came into my head.
No
But,
problem.
I've been leaving at like 5:30 in the morning.
So you got this new show you're doing, right? And ironically, we're talking about kind of like doing up your house and interior design today. And how have you found it? And whose houses have you been round?
Well, the show's been an incredible insight into people's lives and their houses. But, I am so passionate about interiors. I love my house. I love things to be gorgeous. I'm so interested in interior design. And, but what has really struck me about doing this series is it's actually the people I've actually become more fond of than the houses. you know, you learn so much from a person just from going in the house and, you know, some incredible stories like rags to riches or, you know, how people perceive their homes. And, you know, one of the girls described her house as a hug in a house.
Oh.
You know, it was, you know, a hectic, busy career. And, you know, when they come home, they just want to feel hugged by the home, which I thought was a lovely sentiment. And another girl I've worked with, Lorna Lux, who is, you know, she's a influencer. She's got over like 2 million followers. She was an air hostess a couple of years ago, and now she's a multi-millionaire living in this unbelievable house, super modern, concrete, like, and oh my God, it was, because I don't like modern interiors, do I? Normally?
Is that what it was? It modern?
Oh my God, supermodel, industrial, concrete, metal, very masculine house. But it was also so homely and girly because Lorna's into her makeup, her fashion. So, you know, it was just an incredible mix. And it's just been so interesting. But now I'm like, I want to knock my house down and build my dream house. Because I'm like going into these houses and pinching ideas from everyone and going, oh my God, I love the way she's done that. I love the way that she's done that. So we're doing a few home improvements.
Okay, I look forward to that.
Pete's the kind of guy who thinks you come into your house, you put your couch in, you put your beds in, job done. You don't have to touch it for the rest of your life. But you know, things need maintaining.
No, I've got round that now. Like I do like, I like it to look good, you know. Like, and I like it to look.
Your feng shui, you're a bit more into your feng
I'm a
shui.
bit more into it now. Like you know, I've grown up, if you like, and your tastes become a bit more refined. And
well, our new bed is.
Yeah. Well, that's actually brings me nicely to my weekly wine.
What do you mean? I haven't eaten in the bed.
No, it's not about the eating in the bed. Like, I'm not a fan of eating in the bed.
I don't eat like a roast dinner in the bed, you know, but I do like my
tea and
bickies or my Victoria sponge.
Yeah, and it's like she eats them on my side, so it's the crumbs are on my side. But that isn't actually my weekly wine. Because of your collaboration with Vispring, right, we've got this mattress, which is actually unbelievable. Like, because we were in a
No, when you say you've died and gone to heaven, that's it.
Yeah, so basically where my old mattress, like I plonked down from an incredible height, knackered at the end of the day.
That's my wine.
Yeah, that is. I do it, and I've broken the bed basically. And like my side is like in a dip, and my back was in pieces every morning.
And it also had like a
spring sticking out, didn't it?
Yeah, that was like
spring. Well, I was
scream.
getting cut. Like it was like blood in the bed. And,
yeah,
you know, it was like all over. I was gashing my shins in the evenings, and it, you know, none of it was good. Anyway, we've got this new mattress, and it is incredible. It's unbelievable. But what I realised was like it's bespoke, right? So it's like your side. So my side is kind of more
interrupt?
Industrial. You know, it's a bit because obviously I'm a little bit I'm heavier, and then obviously on Ab's side it's a little bit softer.
Can I talk you through the science? Of that?
Please do.
So Vispring, you know, make these tailor-made beds, which is, you know, all based on your weight and your height and da-da-da-da-da. So Pete's side of the mattress is firmer than mine because he's heavier than me.
Mm-hmm. And incredibly long.
Yeah.
It's not longer on one side, Pete. It's just
firm,
you know,
and it's long.
Firm and long, just how I like it. So Pete's bed is firmer on his side and mine's softer. And then we've got the most incredible mattress topper. How did we live without a mattress topper?
I don't know. Listen, you know, this is all, it's incredible anyway.
But you know, the thing is, I think you should invest in your mattress because you spend half your life in bed.
It's important. It's important. Someone said recently it was like your bed and your shoes. You've got to invest in them because if you're not in one, you're in the other.
Well, that's what I'm going to remind you.
Yes, I like that.
Remember that?
I'm going to remind you of that when you're moaning at me for shopping for shoes on Net-a-Porter.
No, it's true though. If you're not in one, you're in the other. It's like, unless you're just, you know, putting around the house in a pair of slippers, you need good shoes. And I think it's important. So what my wine is that you asked me to try your side and you said, look, it's bespoke for both of us. And what I've realised...
You see the difference?
What I've realised is I kind of prefer the softer side. I actually prefer the softer.
Better softer touch.
Can I just? Well, that leads me nicely into my wine because you know.
Hold on, before you finish, this is my wine.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, how is it possible for you to gazump me on the mattress, on the same mattress?
Well, because I'm lighter than you, so I got mine made to my body. Like if you could have come in the shop, I guessed your weight.
But so I love my side and I'm happy with it, but It feels like.
But this leads me on to my wine. So, because you know the amount of times I've had abuse on this podcast for getting into Pete's side when we go up to bed. Because I normally get into Pete's side.
It's outrageous.
He's got the charger on his side, so I can charge my phone, eat my cup of tea, warm the bed for him, and then slide over. But now
which is mental, by the way.
he's up the stairs before me, and he's in my side.
Oh, so no, it's annoying, is it?
And I'm like,
Not nice,
get
is it?
out my side of the bed. And I actually like getting into a cold bed.
Same. I was just going to say that.
So did I. That's what I'm saying. It's annoying, isn't it? You stick to your side and I'll stick to mine.
Why don't we just meet in the middle?
It's
Be in
nice.
the middle. No. All right, let's get into a few audience wines, okay? I've been seeing the guy for 3 months now, and the other day we were fairly hungover, so we went to McDonald's. As soon as he
best.
finished drinking his Coke, he burped in my face. And now I think I have the ick.
I don't blame her. Keep it to yourself. I hate burping. I hate farting. It's just vile on every
I don't
capacity.
think a burp in the face is good, is it?
So
Not
how
good
long have they
manners.
been together? A few months as well?
3 months.
Oh, 3 months.
You're still caught in stage then as
I don't
well,
mind a
aren't you?
little
Too comfortable.
internal burp.
Yeah.
If you go, excuse me.
Well, that was like I tried to do an internal yawn the other day, didn't I? And that you hammered me for that. I thought I was being polite.
You were being polite, but I just didn't like the face.
It was unbelievable the amount of like went up my nostril. It's amazing.
Now I think that's totally bad mannered because at the start of a relationship, you're minding your P's and Q's, you're putting your best foot forward, you know, you're trying to disguise all your bad habits that you might have. So if he's doing that after 3 months, imagine what he's going to be like in 3 years. He'll be the ultimate slob pig.
Yeah, that's
Slop pig.
a valid point. Very
Do you know
valid.
what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Do you want the next one?
I'd tell her to dump him, get rid. My weekly wine is no matter how much I pass the pod to my missus, she won't listen to this podcast. We're due to get married in 4 weeks and her refusal to listen to you too is making me consider the marriage. Thoughts?
Really? I like it. I think you should consider the marriage.
I do.
Yeah, if she doesn't want to listen to,
She's obviously boring as fuck. Got no banter.
she doesn't want to listen to this gold every week.
I wonder why she refuses to listen.
I don't know. I think she probably dislikes you.
No, she probably thought, oh my God, I know about Pete's boring podcast. So if it's anything like that, I don't want to listen.
Yeah,
Could be that.
I highly doubt that. No, yeah, I don't know. Some people just aren't into podcasts.
That is odd.
Dumper. Get rid.
So
Again.
first answer to the first wine, dump. Second answer to the second wine, dump.
Yeah. Right, go on here. Right, what is a suitable name to call it?
It's meaning
Well, I don't really know. Yeah.
SEX.
Well, my current situationship.
What's a situation?
Exactly.
You're not like boyfriend and girlfriend, you're just friends with benefits. I think that's what the young ones are calling it these days.
Friggin' hell.
God, these young ones, man.
Wow. I'd rather be a dinosaur.
We are, babe.
Anyway, the current situationship keeps calling it a cookie, and it's giving me the ick. I imagine this is her vagina. He says, "How is your cookie?" He asks. I hate
Just say the P word.
P. Rhymes with Stussy. But think it's better than that. What is a better thing to call it?
So she thinks P is better than cookie.
Cookie. Well, I don't think that's an ick of all time.
Cookie?
How's your cookie, baby?
It's unbaked, it's still dough.
Can I have a nibble on that cookie?
Oh my God. That's horrific, isn't it? I think just minge.
I think Nunu.
Nuno, flour, fufu. Some of my preferred terms.
So would you say to a girl, Ross, how's your fufu? Or how's your flour?
Maybe your flour.
Would you say flour?
How's your flour?
But why would you
in a little
ask how?
accent?
Why would you ask how it is anyway? That's the question, isn't it?
JW.
No, you've never said.
What's
Imagine
JW?
Just wondering.
if you just walked over to me and said, "All right, Pete, how's your cock?"
You'd be delighted if I said that.
I'd be delighted, number one. But you just wouldn't say it. It's not, you don't have to ask how it is.
I know how yours is. Fine, all times.
It's like the bed, firm and long.
Firm and long.
No, you wouldn't. I don't know why he's asking how it is. You know what I mean? Like it's bizarre.
I don't know. I don't call my vagina or anything. I'd say vagina, actually.
Yeah, it's a
Vag
Kind
for
of-
short.
kind of meant.
How's your vag?
Fucking hell, maybe we should move on. I think if she was gonna have a laugh, he just said, "Look, I just don't like this." You know,
Cookie's weird though. Is it Cookie like? Is he being serious when he's saying? Because there's a difference, isn't there? If someone's being serious about something, going like, "Hey, how's your cookie?" or like laughing about it, like
Oh no, if he's American.
If he's trying to be like
Sexy.
sexy, how's the cookie doing, darling? Baked.
God, vile.
Oh God.
Fucking hell, let's move on, eh?
Talking of getting the painters in, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. I think we need to move on. It's a difficult one, that. Right. Why do women, other halves, when you watch a new film or TV series, always ask daft questions to you like, so who are they and what are they doing? I've just watched it for the same length of time as you. It's not even been on 5 minutes. How the fuck do I know?
I do that.
Every time.
I do that.
So true.
Who's he? What's he doing?
Do you think that's every like relationship? Do you reckon women do that? Yeah, like everyone in this room is like had girlfriends is all saying the same thing. Why do you do that?
I don't know. Because we probably know you're concentrating on it because men can only do one thing at one time. We're probably like thinking of other things or doing something, and then we go, so what's happened?
Yeah, but so what that proves to me is that you can't do two things at one time.
Yay. Nicely done, Pete. Nicely done.
No, because you're always on your phone when we're watching something, and I always say to you, because the start is so important, right? And a lot of the stuff we watch, there's a murder at the start, and it says like it's set here.
Yeah.
You get the
1823
20 AD
in Norfolk.
in Norway.
Yeah.
And you go right, and then
Viking show.
something happens. Something happens, and you're not. I'm watching you, and I'm going, babe. It's starting. It's starting now.
Yeah, but it
Do you
doesn't,
want to watch it?
it doesn't help with your description of fucking that cop show we were watching with this actor who was in Paddington. So people just calling him Paddington the whole time.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, Paddington? There's no one in this called Paddington.
Yeah, that was the maddest conversation ever. Well, you know the guy I mean, you know the big guy in Paddington.
Hugh Bufferman.
Hugh Bonneville.
Yeah, Hugh Bonneville. But I couldn't remember his name, so I was calling him Paddington.
Is that the one where he had people buried underneath the
Yeah,
floorboards?
we're watching that.
How mad's that? Watched that with my mum. Madness.
Unbelievable.
He was like,
show.
so Paddington's just kidnapped another person. And
Yeah.
so you can imagine my confusion at this time.
There's
I'm
only
thinking,
one person who was in Paddington on that show.
Yeah, that makes I do that sometimes as well.
You just go, if you
So
don't.
if you watch a Daniel Craig film, are you
Bond.
like, so James Bond's just
Bond's
murdered
gone
someone?
in there, yeah, because
Yeah.
you wouldn't know his name in that. I can't remember his name in Golden Compass, but you'd
Yeah.
say Bond's gone down there. Well, actually, I say Daniel Craig because I probably know his name.
Everyone knows who bloody Daniel Craig is.
No, but sometimes
Scouse,
you use
isn't
like
he?
the script. Yeah, he is Scouse actually, or maybe a wolf.
He's a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Seen him up at the Champions League actually in semi-final. Came to the game. I mean, Jude Law.
Did you do a Bond gag?
No,
Bondage.
no. I said it's a pleasure to see you, Mr. Bond. Good game today, wasn't it? Bit of a gear shift now, Ab, right? I've called you Ab for that because it's being serious now.
You got my attention.
Yeah. So this is an endometriosis update, and I know we haven't talked about this, but obviously avid listeners will know that we did an endometriosis episode. This is probably better for you to read because this was obviously your brainchild, wasn't it, to do this?
Yeah. I love your podcast, and my boyfriend recommended me to listen to it after your endometriosis episode. He tuned in through Peter's other podcast, Passing the Pod, apparently.
Good man.
Good man. I wrote in to get an appointment with Dr. Braithwaite, and I didn't think that anything would come of it, but I was actually lucky enough to see him today. He was so professional and knowledgeable, and he made me feel very reassured. It was really good. I was hesitant that attending via the podcast might mean a lower standard of service compared to the paying patients. However, I couldn't be more wrong. He really listened and put a lot of care and effort into helping me. If anyone else is able to, I would highly recommend they go and see him. I will definitely keep going to see him more, and I would love to thank him and both of you for highlighting female issues and allowing women to have an opportunity to get better and get the care and support they're often struggling to receive. Thank you so, so much. This really meant a lot to me.
Oh, it's great, isn't it? It's so nice that you're able to do that.
Well, because the thing is, I've been getting so many messages from women who have been to see Jeffrey Braithwaite. You know, he is, you know, sticking to his word and following up with these women and helping them. And actually met a woman in Portugal, didn't we? Oh, you went?
Yeah.
Were you there?
Yeah, was there?
Yeah, and she said, I've been to see Jeffrey Braithwaite, and, you know, I've got my diagnosis and I'm on treatment. And it's incredible to think that we, you know, played a part in that, in helping people, you know, because it's something that's really close to my heart. You know, having suffered with endometriosis myself and knowing so many women who suffer in silence and can't get fixed, if you like. But he's the most incredible man, the best doctor in the world and friend. And, you know, he's always on the end of the phone.
Yeah. And it's good that we're kind of following up. It's nice to get messages like that.
It is nice to get messages, and, you know, that through this silly podcast, women are getting help. And, you know, hopefully treatment, and it would lead to a better ending.
Right, so we're getting into kind of like interiors of houses. I know you're passionate about it. Like houses in general, you're always looking for a new house, a new project, something to do.
So are
up.
you.
I like it.
Peter,
it's exciting, isn't it?
You send me houses on Rightmove every day.
I think couples do this a lot when you kind of like first buying a house, or, you know, potentially want to move, or you do get excited about it, don't you? And, you know, quite often you want something different to what you've got already. And we potentially would move again, although I love it here. I know you're keen for a new chapter.
I want to move abroad. I know we've said it a couple of weeks ago in the pod. I'm, you know, I just feel like doing something radical and wacky.
Something really mad. Like I think with the kids, right? We're so obsessed with kind of like bringing them up in this country and having the curriculum that we have here. But I think for a
better life lesson than travel and culture.
I mean, like a life skill, like doing something completely out of the box. Surely you come back or more enriched from being somewhere else. I think.
Yeah.
So I'm inclined to agree with you.
It's just biting the bullet and doing it. But in the meantime, we'll do our house up.
Yeah.
So
what are we going to do? What's the next step here?
So we've had scaffolding on our house for about 5 months now, because we had a problem with the roof, and it's been quite stressful. You know, the house is covered in dust. There's like banging, drilling, million people here every day fixing it, and things are starting to get wrecked in the house and look tired. And I don't know. I think doing this interior show and, you know, working with Vice Spring and Andrew Martin, and, you know, I just feel like it's a passion of mine, and I feel like a house is never done. You always want to make improvements and, you know, make changes.
But that's what I'm saying. Like there has to be a point where you go, oh,
it's done.
That's great, Mel.
Says you.
You're never like that though, are you?
No, but
you always want something different.
But it's hard if that's what you're into. Do you know what I mean? You can always make improvements, and, you know, it doesn't have to cost the earth. Just like moving furniture around, you get like a completely different look in your room. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know. I feel like I've just got this phobia of, you know, lockdown was such a surreal and weird experience. I would like to kind of have my home. You know, one of the houses we went to was completely off grid on the TV show, and supply their own energy, electricity, water. And it was just so fascinating to me, like grow their own vegetables. I would love to do something like that.
You'd love to do that, wouldn't you?
Oh, it's a
just
dream.
go and like tend to the fields.
Yeah.
And like have animals all around you.
Yeah. I know. But you, fucking Cruella, won't let me have anything.
You can have whatever you want, darling. We can do that if you want to do that. I'm up for it.
See, that was on tape.
Yeah.
I don't mind, honestly. I don't mind.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
So I'm more into like the soft furnishings and the aesthetics and how things look. And Pete's just a bit like, I just want it to be like Alton Towers in my house right now.
No, I think, you know, it needs to fit your needs, doesn't it? You need to come home and, you know, like you say, just it needs to be fun, especially for the kids and stuff. Like, I don't know why you would do a house up and say the kids can't sit on the couch. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I can't sit on the couch. It's like you can't stand in certain areas, you know? The rim. You know, we've talked about the rim many a time on this pod. You know, don't go near the rim.
No, I am gonna, I'm gonna change the floor. We've done the bathroom. I want to change the floor. Like when we built the house like 9 years ago, I put a really dark floor in, and I just feel like I just want some light and brightness, and I'm gonna redo the floor. I'm gonna change all the rugs because they're fucking filthy because you keep standing on the rim. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I think we're gonna add some fun elements for you.
Oh, really? Yeah, add some fun to me. What would you do for me?
So, like, build your dream house. What would it be?
So I was going to ask you that question first.
So I think there's no right or wrong when it comes to interior design. It's all personal choice. You know, it's whatever. You know, you've got to live there. You've got to be surrounded by it. You've got to look at it every day. So, you know, there's definitely no right or wrong. A few things that I wouldn't have put this dark floor, for example, is just a nightmare to keep clean. You think it's dark, it'll hide a multitude of sins. But you can, if you make a piece of toast, it's like 7 million crumbs on the floor, and it just wrecks my head. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's so many things I would do differently.
Do you want to hear my dream house?
Yeah.
My dream house. You know what? Like, do you know what I like? I like the Cotswold kind of house look, right?
Same.
And I'd put like big glass bits in it, like modern, twisty
Windows.
No, like I'm talking like floor to ceiling,
Twisty?
like glass. No, like a modern twist on it, on an old house.
That's what I've just said.
And like, no, my house is far better than your house. Like, you underestimate my house. That's what I'm saying. You don't let me express my
Go on.
house knowledge. And yeah, I'd have it like quite minimal, kind of like almost like polished plaster kind of walls with a industrial massive island.
What do you mean by industrial island?
Because I'd like it to be kind of like a polished plaster kind of feel, like a bit contemporary. And then I'd have...
so do you not like the country farmhousey marble
that's what it is.
with all like the cake stands and all the like the pottery that... So all...
No, I like it for us, but I'm saying if we had a change, we'd like, let's do something different. And I'd have it like that, and I'd have it like a bit more modern, but like with that country feel, but a bit kind of minimal.
Less stuff.
Less stuff in the house. Like, I wouldn't have stuff. It'd be really kind of minimal.
But
Marie
you can't
Kondo.
do that in this style of house that we're in now.
No, but this is what I'm saying. If I did it again, I'd do that, and then obviously the garden, like you'd bring it into the house again, like that kind of glass, ceiling to floor glass. Look out onto the garden.
Ponies.
Bring the house in. Ponies wouldn't be in it.
Do you think it'll ever happen where I like whistle in the morning and little ponies will come running and
I'm gonna have to do it, aren't I? Because
can I whistle?
What, like a donkey comes in? What do you want, a horse or a donkey?
Both. I'd love that. I actually don't want to leave my house ever. Is that bad?
No. That shows you got a happy home. We don't like the people in it, just the stuff in it.
Yeah. I love my rug.
I'd like to do less DIY. Like, it's just...
You'd like to do less DIY?
Yeah.
You've never done any.
It's just getting to me now, you know, like...
You've never done any...
Just like fixing things all the time.
You've never done any DIY in your
What?
entire life, Pete.
I do.
There's one bulb in the kitchen that works. Have you seen that?
Spotlights are hard to change though, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
How?
But they're not like you just like when you unscrew them, are they? You've got to get stuck into them. I wouldn't know where to start with a spotlight.
See that chandelier there? One bulb is working and there's 26 bulbs in there.
Yeah, I did wonder why
It doesn't work.
there's no light coming from it. No, but that was obviously tongue in cheek. I just don't do any DIY at all.
Have you ever had any kind of interior or DIY disasters in your house that you look back on, like any kids spilling paint all over the brand new sofa or anything like that?
We've had painters spill paint on the carpet, which is fucking insane.
I seen Ab the other day. She had 3 painters lined up, and I thought I came in from walking the dog, and I could see because their heads were bowed, like, and Ab was tearing strips off them. No pun intended. And yeah, it was funny just watching them get. I mean, you were aggressive there.
Was I?
Very. But you like your house the way you like it.
I think that's unfair to say that. I think saying I like the house the way I like it is a completely different story
To not doing the job properly.
to just making up their own job and doing whatever the fuck they like.
Well, you told them, and they won't be doing it again. I can assure you of that.
I'd have loved to have seen that, to be honest.
We've had so many builders in the past like come to the house, like the guy who installed like the banister, and it moved like 6 inches either side, and he was like, oh no, that's how banisters, they need to have a little bit of give in them. And I was like, do you think I'm stupid? Like, and then they painted like, because you know people think painting's easy, but it's not. It's
No,
like
it's
a
a
highly
skill.
skilled job, like
It is.
painting, and then the lights come on and you see all patches everywhere, and
Yeah.
you know that. And when he painted the door frame a completely different colour to the door, and they're like, oh, that's what they're doing nowadays. They're painting the door frame one colour and the door are different. And I was just like, what?
Yeah, you always impress me, like how much you know actually about these things. Like if he said to me, "No, you got this wobble here on the banister, yeah, you need
Yeah.
that," I'd go, "Yeah, all right."
It's a shock absorber, pal.
I go, "Top man, thanks, mate. I'll see you in the morning. I'll give you that tip." I'm fucking clue. I remember our builder once said, he said, we said, "Oh, we'd like it, you know, kind of 8-foot doors,
Yeah.
like going outside. You can't have them.
They're illegal?
They're illegal," was the shout, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went, well, I see them like everywhere. You can
You
get
can
them.
get 20-foot
I
doors.
thought, you know, I've seen houses in Portugal and they've literally got 20-foot front doors. 20, like, they're
Yeah.
massive. And I thought, I think you're having me on here. Because you'd already put them in.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, well, no, we did ask for kind of, I'm 6'7", I don't want to be ducking through my own door.
Mm-hmm.
And we were kind of building the house. So we wanted it kind of,
As you wanted it.
well, if you're going to build a house for me, you're not going to put 6-foot doors in.
No.
So it seemed ridiculous, didn't it? But
But I think you don't let on how much you actually like interior design. We love going to Ardingly.
no, I do enjoy it. I do actually enjoy it.
We love an antique
always
fair
have.
or an auction.
So you know what I think about you. What you're good. You love a bargain, right? I don't like kind of mind you doing that because you're on it with like.
No, I'm savvy. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to get robbed. You know, because when we get people round to do quotes or wherever we answer the door, as Peter Crouch, there's another 2 zeros gets added onto the bill,
Yeah.
which drives me mad. I think fair's fair. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't do that. But I don't think you have to break the bank to do up your house. You know, choosing the right colours, things. I always think if you're a first time buyer and you're living in your house and you've got a new house, I would live in it for a while before you do any rash decisions, because you know, if you've got a wall there and you're like, oh, I wish I could just get out to the garden that way, you know, knock that wall down, or, you know, I feel like you need to live in it for a while to get a feel for it. And then you're not wasting money with making mistakes. Do you think?
Yeah. Right.
Like we did?
Yeah. We just
Now we're redoing it all.
we made mistakes, and then I always say it, but like we're knocking down walls that I paid to put up.
Yeah.
It was like, what are we doing that for?
It's also a nightmare living in your house while you're doing a renovation. We've done it so many times and it's just hell. Do you remember when we had no kitchen for like 10 months and we ripped the downstairs loo out and we made like a little makeshift kitchen, and we had like a kind of, one of them like little camping stoves. But I actually quite like all that stuff.
We
know,
just
it's like-
didn't. What was good about that is we just didn't go in that room. So it was like you don't see it developing and all that, and then you kind of like reveal it, and it's like the kitchen's done.
Yeah.
And we were just in this downstairs toilet making.
Beans on toast.
Yeah, it was like a bad camping trip or something.
But when
In our
we
own house.
do you remember when we first moved into our very first house together, and we had nothing, and we went to Argos and bought a blow up bed. We went to John Lewis and bought some quilts and pillows, and we stayed on the blow up bed, and we got a bottle of champagne and 2 champagne glasses and got takeaway. And then the takeaway come, we were like, we've got no knives and forks. Remember?
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
yeah. I'm gonna say yeah, but I don't know. Didn't we have like we had one big lazy boy chair in the downstairs bit?
I would never have a lazy boy in my house.
No, it was mine previous.
My previous wife.
It was one lazy boy, so it was no one
Your
else.
previous wife?
No, it was a lazy boy. It was like one big chair,
Like Joey or
like
Friends.
Joey. Yeah, I had no Chandler with me. It was just me.
I know.
going,
I know that
boom.
I wasn't there because I wouldn't
Great
allow
times.
a lazy boy in my house. They are
Got
comfy,
me.
but they
You
look
got me.
shit, don't they?
They're so comfy though. Like you just go like when you're. It's like that. It's like men behaving badly. Like when you just bang in this massive chair and go right, put the football on.
I know. I get it.
It is good
I do get it.
for the single days.
But we had friends in lockdown who were like building outdoor kitchens and barbecues, and you know they redid that. Like Jack, like ripped all his carpet up, ripped everything up, and exposed this an incredible original wooden floor. Sanded it all down, and it was the most incredible floor. Built like all decking, outdoor kitchen, fairy lights. It's just like
I wish I was one of
it's
those people.
so impressive.
Didn't Max do his dance studio?
Yeah.
Built a dance studio in his house.
Friggin' hell.
Yeah, like converted all the garages, like put all glass ceilings in himself, all mirrors, amazing floor, the ballet poles. Like
Pretty good.
it's so good what you can do.
Right, let's get into the agony abs, babe, right? About 6 months ago, my boy best friend asked me out on a date.
Oh no, not this
I
again.
said no, as I didn't see him as anything but a friend. Since then, we've remained friends, and I've now got a boyfriend. I recently told my boyfriend about this, and has said he would never tell me who I can and can't be friends with, but thinks this because of the past, it would be best for me and my best friend to stop meeting up one-on-one. Emily.
I totally disagree with that. She's already pied him once.
Why did she tell the fella though? What was she expecting to
Because
hear?
girls like to play games.
Because girls is players too.
Because girls is players too.
No, I think she's done that because she girls like to make the boyfriend feel jealous,
Yeah.
The focus.
and she's obviously done that for that
I'm not.
reason.
I am a girl, and I am on the girl's side in my life normally. But girls do like a bit of drama?
I like playing games.
She
There's no-
said that to make him jealous. Is that what you said?
That's
Yeah.
what I think.
Yeah. I've still got it.
Still
Yeah,
going.
I still got it and all that. But like he's rightly said, you know,
I don't think that's right to say you can't see him.
got sold in a minute, right? So this is someone that I didn't know, but then I started going out with you, right? And then I found out that he's put it on you and said, you know, he wants to get involved. I wouldn't be comfortable you meeting him one-on-one again. Are you doing a nose yawn? She just
saw
did
a bit of a flare
you just
there,
did a
Abby.
nose yawn. You did it. We get that on slow-mo on that camera.
No, I look like a absolute pig today.
You did a yawn then through your nose. I agree. I agree with the boy. I think I wouldn't like it.
Especially if
come
they're
on to
best
you-
friends as well. If it's like a mate who she's probably not going to see that much and bump into. But if the best mate and is going to be around all the time, I'd be a bit like, have a word.
Well, because she just assumed
Boys
it
are
was
so funny like that.
well, it was her best friend, but he's obviously not a best friend because he wants to be with her. So how can you then go out with them like as friends? Changes it, doesn't it?
Mm.
And if you get let's put it this way, right? I've got a girl's best friend, right, who's said to me that she wants to go out with me. And then I say to you, I'm just going to go out and meet Poppy.
Poppy?
Yeah. They're already getting jealous. She
Poppy,
doesn't
that
even
tramp.
exist. She doesn't even exist. I just made her up.
Well, tell
So-
Poppy she can fuck off. No, but I'm not going to lie. I am jealous.
That's
I
what
am
I mean. That's it's like. Why does it? You said it's fine for her to meet up with him, but
No,
if
I was
said to you,
I was saying it's fine in the sense that he's got nothing to worry about, because if she liked him, she would have said yeah to go out with him in the first place.
well, she must like him, in some capacity, and people can grow on you, because she's her best friend.
But I've got loads of mates who I wish I fancied. that sounds wrong.
What?
That sounds wrong.
I don't even understand what you
I
said.
mean, like,
You got loads of mates you wish you fancied.
like mates that you think, God, if I fancied you, you'd be ideal.
So name these people? Who the hell?
But I can't put it in there. No, I was just thinking, like, I don't know. No, I've always said to you, oh God, like, so like not attractive, but he's like, I love him, don't I? And he's amazing.
Yeah.
But it's just a no. Like, I could go out with him and you like wouldn't have to worry. But if he was a hot
But you
stuff.
literally said, I wish.
No, I didn't mean to say. I did say that, but I didn't mean to say that. You know what I mean?
He's got such a better personality than you.
No.
Wish I fancied him.
Just wish he was gorgeous.
No, but what I'm saying is, because even Alfie's like got friends who he's like, I love the personality. We get on so well. We love the same things, but I just don't fancy them.
Yeah, but I think that gets it. But you're saying that's where she is. She's like, I just don't fancy.
Yeah.
him at all.
So I think it's safe for her to go out with him, is what I'm saying.
But it's not from a man's point of view. If you're going out for a drink with a fella that I know you fancies you one-on-one, it's not going to sit well with me.
Lucky, no, none of your mates fancy me.
Well, all of them would, and all of them do.
Shut up.
I just think they like me as well. They'd probably still fuck me over.
I am
though.
so... The silent treatment. Hi guys. Went out at the weekend with my wife and our friends. Had a great day having a barbecue and a few drinks in the sunshine. Then on the way home, our friends invited us into theirs. So I did. That doesn't make sense.
For context, Ab can't read these. I don't know why you can't read, but you don't
can
seem
read
to be able
these.
to read. Why? When we do these,
I can't believe you're saying I can't read. I got fucking 9 A stars.
well, prove the fact that you can read.
It's not written well. It doesn't make
Wh-
sense.
why
okay.
do I have no
These
Okay.
are our listeners. You're slagging off here.
Okay. Had a great. It starts with the silent treatment. Full stop.
No, full stop, yeah, fine.
Hi
want to have a go
guys.
at it?
No. Hi guys. Went out at the weekend with my wife and our friends. Full stop. Had a great day having a barbecue and a few drinks in the sunshine. Full stop. Then, on the way home, our friends invited us into theirs. So I did. My wife is on a diet just now, pre-wedding season, and the calorie count and reducing social activities is definitely making her more cranky. So I went into our friends to continue Saturday night and she went home. I said I'd be 1 hour. I was 5 hours. This time, it's happened to be a few times before, I'm not grovelling. I'm letting her be, and I know she'll crack first and want to make up. Any experiences like this in the Crouch Clancy house? See?
Very well read, Abby.
Fantastic reading. So what? He went out on a bender and didn't come back for 5 hours.
They went out together. The neighbour said, oh, come back to ours for a drink. She doesn't want to go because she's, on a diet for the wedding, doesn't want to drink, eats junk the next day.
Right.
So she went home. He said, I'll be quick. I'll be 1 hour. He was 5 hours and now they're not speaking.
But this is pretty standard, I think, in any relationship. I think this happens a lot, right?
Yeah.
Surely you say you go for an hour. It's like the old, I'm going to go for one. I'm going to go for one. No one's ever had one ever in their
You
life.
definitely haven't had one.
Well, no, you don't. No one has.
I just think it's disrespectful.
We don't go for one.
You do it every time I've got to get up early for work.
It's not at all. Listen,
Because I can't sleep in the house without Pete.
only
And
a case
every
of having
time I've got to get up at like 5 a.m, Pete won't come in till like 1. And I'm like, I've got 3 hours sleep now.
It's not true at all.
It is.
No, but like it doesn't happen. You don't go for one. It's just never ever happened. And you don't go for 1 hour. If you go for a few hours.
I don't.
You do.
I come back. I always come back.
I think Mickey Flanagan had the best solution for this. He's like, I don't know why people try and underplay it. He said, if anything, you should always overplay it and say, I'm going out for 12 pints.
I've learned.
And then come home when you've had like 6 and you think, fucking hell, he's great, isn't he? You know
It's
what I mean?
early.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It took me 10 years to work that out. Like, honestly, like she'll say, what sort of time you be home? And I'll go like 8. and I know I'll probably get home about 3. You know what I mean? Like, no, that's what I'm saying is like, I'll say
3 a.m.
No, 3 p.m. I'm talking about, like after golf or something like that. Or like, let's call it, say, I'll get in at midnight, but I reckon I'll get in about 10.
Yeah.
Or realistically, I'll say 5 and I'll get in at 2.
Are you talking afternoon or?
Well, that was AM, that one. But
You've never, ever, ever stuck to your word in 18 years?
I am.
You haven't?
I have. Babe.
Genuinely haven't?
It's not true.
Genuinely you haven't? You've done the odd coming home early surprise and I'm like, oh my God. But it's
Quite a lot recently,
That's
babe.
normally...
Babe, quite a lot recently,
That's
though.
normally only if it benefits you.
What?
Do you know what I mean? If it's like...
Who am I? Am I a monster to you?
No, you're not a monster. You're great,
Just
but
a selfish prick.
you like a good time. You like a good time.
Good time, Sally, over here.
Party Pete.
Party.
All right, then. Let's change the subject. Do you want me to read this one?
Go on then.
Saw you in the airport flying home from Portugal. I wanted to ask how airport ab was amongst the hell we were all enduring during the cancelled flights and delays. We'd been sat on the runway for 8 hours before our flight was cancelled. Anyway, the next day we tried again and we saw you walk into a very full lounge. A few minutes later, Ab came in with 6 Pizza Hut boxes and I knew it was not the time to ask. This is true.
This is true.
It got my husband and I thinking, what's your first meal you have as soon as you arrive home? For us, it's a curry. Great question. Because we discussed this a lot.
Well, it's funny
When we were
because obviously when we were coming home from holiday, it was all over the news everywhere. There's flight cancellations, delays, people are on the runway, people have been in the airport for days, blah, blah, blah. We had a slight delay. And you actually commented, you were like, oh my God. You were like, I'm loving this new app.
You were great.
You were like, airport app is nowhere to be seen. I thought, you know what? I'm not even going to do that anymore. Like, I'm just going to be calm. You know, it's fine.
That's
not
something
gonna
that's come
die.
out of this podcast. It's something that's really, really actually, like you really have reined that in.
Yeah.
And you're a credit to yourself and your family.
Thank you. But that airport Pizza Hut is like the nail in the coffin. You know, after like we've put half a stone on, we've eaten and drank every day. The carb overload, bread, alioli, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner out, and then
We did have a pizza.
it's the final insult of the Pizza Hut in the airport.
Oh, it was good though because they do them fresh, aren't they, the hot ones, aren't they? Like you can get a slice.
You
with
had a
dinner all day.
Subway and a Pizza Hut.
Yeah, only because one of the kids left the Subway, didn't they? So yeah, I had both. Yeah,
Nice.
it was nice. But the question is here is what's your first meal when you get home? We had a roast dinner, didn't we?
I made a roast. Yeah.
That's a bit rogue.
Rogue.
No, because you know when you've been like, I'll be honest with you, we've been in Portugal, we've been eating garlic prawns. I thought I was going to turn into a prawn. Like it was wine and prawns on a daily basis, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which was amazing, and I love them. And like obviously, you know,
I love prawns.
you know, and it was great, and I feel like lucky to be able to do that. But we get back, and it was like right.
I just wanted
want
to.
something
I
English.
I won a roast dinner, my own roast dinner, not even like a pub roast dinner. That's not your own. I wanted, so I did my food shop online day before, got it delivered, got in 2-3 o'clock, got the roast dinner on. Pete went to butcher's, bought a big leg of lamb. Fabulous.
It was. I think that was the best one you've made. How good was it? Even the kids went, Mum.
Sophia said to me, Mum, this is the best dinner you've ever made in your life.
Yeah, it was like there was something special about it. Did you do anything different?
Prawns, yeah.
I think it was my butcher.
I had Gordon Ramsay locked up in the utility, cooking it all day.
It was good.
Oh,
But I get the
wish.
curry shout though. I get the curry one.
Yeah, curry's a good shot. I think a roast dinner, that just seems like a lot of effort for me after a holiday.
I think a roast dinner is one of the easiest things to make.
Yeah, especially when you've got John doing it for you.
No,
No,
because
honestly, she did it herself, and she was very.
honestly, she did it herself, like every other roast dinner in the past 18 years I've made her.
What? Unless John's around.
Yeah, John's made the odd Christmas dinner alongside me. Alongside me. John.
No, you're good, babe. Listen, don't let them forget these losers. You're very good.
My dinner probably would be a roast. I love a roast, but I would like someone to make me a roast that tasted like my own. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want my own taste.
The problem with some of the roast dinners is like when people go overboard with how posh it is and put the red wine dew involved, and
Oh, God,
Is it like-
standard red wine dew.
yeah, it's like you don't want a posh roast. You want like a meat and gravy.
Meat and gravy.
All right,
Do you know what we haven't had for such a long time, which I really, really fancy? Ribs and cabbage.
Oh, I love ribs and cabbage. You can't buy them in London
You
because none of the
can't buy the
butchers sell
ribs.
pork ribs.
No,
because
bacon.
you-
The bacon
I never
ribs.
even
Yeah,
heard
bacon
of
ribs, yeah.
that until I
never-
went up to Liverpool.
They used to throw them away, apparently. You can't buy them anywhere.
No, you can't. But what you can do as a substitute, you can get a ham,
A ham hock and just boil a ham shank.
a ham shank.
It's not the same though, is it?
Why would you have ribs and cabbage though? Who put them together?
Irish?
So they used to, yeah, the Irish, because the butcher used to throw the bacon ribs away because like no one would have them, and then when all the poor people, I think, used to like be like they give them away basically. They used to boil them up with a bit of cabbage.
All right, I've got one last agony up here, babe. My boyfriend doesn't call me any pet names and he never calls me princess, but he called another woman princess that he was chatting with. What would you do in this situation?
So this boyfriend doesn't call her princess, doesn't call her babe, but is calling some random girl princess. Completely unacceptable. When you call like a barmaid darling or something, I literally want to scratch your eyes out.
You say babe to people. Do you know what I mean? All
Like
the
to
time.
young kids,
No, you say it to loads of people.
not to men,
No,
not to
yeah,
like
you
grown
do.
men.
Yeah, you do.
But I feel like when you get to a certain age, you can start being like a little. You can say things because people aren't looking at you like they'd fancy you anymore because we're
What
old.
about you talk about yourself
Talking
there?
about myself.
Joking.
No,
Like, who's not going to fancy you?
no, because I'm old now. You can have that
'Cause
kind
you're
of like.
old now. What the hell are you talking about? You're hardly a grandma, are you?
Yeah, I feel like
You
that.
look sensational.
No, when you call barmaids, darling, hey darling.
Well, what's the same with babe?
Who do I call babe?
Loads of people.
Like who?
Loads of people. I've heard you say it loads of times.
Not to strangers.
Anyways, we'll talk about me. Anyway, we'll talk about this guy. He's a nightmare.
He's a plonker.
Oh, honestly, get rid of him.
Jib
Dump.
him.
Dumb.
Get rid of him. I'd never do anything like that. He hasn't got a pet name for his missus, but he's calling other people pet names. I don't think that's good.
We haven't got pet names for each other.
I call you babe all the time.
Yeah, just babe. That's not a pet name.
Yeah, but it's not like I don't call you Abby.
No.
Cookie.
How is your cookie anyway?
Stale.
Stale.
Mouldy.
Dial. Oh my god. Well past its sell by date.
Yeah. Exactly that. Exactly.
Good.
All right. Well, on that note, I think it's been an interesting podcast. I think like the interior stuff. Listen, I wish you all the best with your show because I know it's going to be epic, and I know that like you're putting a lot of effort into it, and I know you enjoy it, and it's good. It's going to be good telly.
No, it's
good
great,
luck
but
with it all.
I wanna do something together. I would like to do this dream project together. Not even go and live somewhere, man. I would love, when we built our house, we didn't have a clue what we were doing. We kind of left it into the hands of other people. Knowing what I know now and how much I've learned and what I love, I would love to do something together, me
Do
and
a
you.
project.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it. You know what I mean? Let's bite
Grow our own veg, some animals,
Becoming less appealing.
So yeah,
All right then.
booyah shaka.